Okay, test, test. Testing the microphone. right, thank you. Good evening, Rampage family. Welcome to Snowmageddon here in Denver, Colorado for this weekend of games. I'm going to go ahead and guess that most of you were smart and stayed at home and avoided driving on the roads that we had today. But thanks for tuning in. Tonight's game we've got lined up against the Oakmoor Patriots 16U AAA team. This is the first time that we're seeing them this season, but I feel like we only played them about 47 times last year. So, but I also think that this is primarily different players on their team last year than what we saw on their 15U team, or different players this year than what we saw on their 15U team last year. So, don't really have much of a scouting report. All I do know is sounds like they have played against our Colorado Thunderbirds team, which we do know earlier this season, and the Oakmoor team came up with a win on that one. So, best scouting report I can give you is expect these guys to be pretty good, and it'll be another hard-fought battle tonight. Hopefully the boys are up to the task. And we have a couple players out tonight, or so I've heard. I'm just doing some numbers checks here real quick, but I do believe that Max Gudonis will not be playing with us tonight. I believe he filled in with the 18s team earlier today, and I believe I also heard that Nathan Bender will not be playing tonight, but I didn't catch the reason why on that. So, aside from that, that's currently kind of what I know. Liam Holmes is geared up, back on the ice, which is great to see. Still hasn't quite been cleared to play yet, so he will be primarily emotional support on the bench, and Zach Stahl's going to get yet another game in net. I'm not sure quite what his streak is up to for games played, but I know he's well due for, I think we're around 15 games maybe, I'm hearing from the experts. But I know he is well due for a much deserved break, and most importantly, we hope that Liam gets fully healthy and is ready to go again, and we can start getting him back in net and cycling him back in. So, all the boys are getting ready to go. Pep talks and whatnot, talking each other up. We do have Alex Espirito back in the lineup tonight for the first time in a few weekends, which is good to see. There may be other updates, and if I missed them, I apologize. All right, getting ready to start period number one. We got 17 minutes up on the clock. Out on the ice, we've got Wheeler, Bisley, Drexel, Whittingham, and Whitted. Honestly, I can't see. It looks like 35 maybe. All right, players getting lined up, ready to go for period number one. Whittingham to take the draw. Rampage win the draw. Drexel back to Bisley. Bisley's going to feed it up the wall. Drexel dumps it into the zone. He's going to give chase. Drexel tries it up back behind the net momentarily. In the corner, Whittingham sends it back down. Drexel still down low in the corner. Feeds it up to the point to Wheeler. Bounces on him. He wrangles it back in. Keeps it in the zone. Oakmoor has it. Whittingham gets a stick, and now Oakmoor's going to make a move to the outside wall up to center. Drexel gets a stick on it, comes back to Wheeler. Wheeler to Bisley. Bisley sends it up in the air. Whittingham pulls it down and turns around and fires it into the zone. Rampage going for a change. Whitted Goes in to tie things up down low. And now Oakmoor's going to skate it out of the zone. They're through neutral into the Rampage zone with it. Quick poke check by Wheeler. Nice check to send a player to the ice. Puck comes across Foster with the steal. He's going to turn and skate with it. Sends it up, a little back and forth at neutral, and now puck comes in and Rampage are offside. On the ice, we've got Foster, Wilton, Sarver, Merrill, and Espirito. Rampage win the draw back to Merrill. He's going to skate to the far side and send it into the zone. Johnny Sarver giving chase down low into the corner. He's got a player on him. He sends around the boards to the near side, comes up to Espirito, turns, fires back down the wall. Puck behind the net. Sarver gets there, tries to poke it in, and then a follow-on. Foster, a lot of chaos out front, and we get a stoppage, I believe. Did the net come off? I think the net came off, so we get a stoppage. A lot of chaos and good pressure right out front early on for this shift. 15:35 left in period number 1. Same crew on the ice as before. Rampage win the draw, comes back to Espirito, pinches it down the wall. Puck down low behind the net. Oakmoor tries to wrangle it in, send it up to the far wall. Sarver gets there, turns and fires. Puck behind the net. Oakmoor behind their own net with it. They're going to send it up the far side wall. Turn around, skate behind their net, send it up to the near side, chips it up, comes out of the zone. Espirito wrangles it in. He sends it across to Bisley, goes off his stick, and then Bisley's going to chip it up and out of the Rampage zone. Comes back to an Oakmoor player. Oakmoor sends it up and through. Didn't connect, must have connected. Play continues. Oakmoor turns around, chips it way up in the air and out of play. Should have a face-off just outside the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got McManus, Rahosian, Huff, Bisley, and Roberts. Pile up on the draw. Oakmoor is going to send it in on net. Stall with the save. He's going to drop it for Bisley just off to the side. Puck comes up top, gets kicked up. It's now out of the zone. Rahosian turns with it. He's into the zone. He's got 3-on-1. Shot taken, goaltender with a save. They're going to hang on in their glove. 14:33 left in the period. Face off in the Oakmoor zone. Tied up on the draw. Rampage come up with it. Roberts tries to make a backhand shot. Stop up front. Oakmoor sends it up. They're into neutral territory and into the Rampage zone with it now. Got a penalty coming to the Rampage. Puck comes out front, and then Rahosian's going to tag up. And I think he called a high stick. I think that's a signal I saw. That's going to go against Brendan Huff. So with 14 minutes exactly left in the period, Rampage are going to go on the penalty kill. Oh, called a slash. Out on the ice, we've got Merrill, Drexel, Whitted, and Wheeler to start the PK. Tied up on the draw. Rampage come up with it. Merrill sends it up and out. Drexel's got it. He's into the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor takes it back. They turn around, skating out to neutral. They're through neutral into the Rampage zone with it. Shot taken, Stall with the save. He's going to send it to the far corner. Puck comes up to the point. Oakmoor sends it back down the wall. Goes to Wheeler down low. Feeds it around towards Merrill. Merrill up the wall. Oakmoor with the takeaway. Sends it back down. Merrill gets there, sends it around the boards to the far side. Oakmoor sends it up to the blue line, feeds it across to the near side point. Shot taken. Merrill gets a body in the way of that one. Oakmoor with it back behind the Rampage net. Comes up, Wooded with the quick poke check, and now he's going to take it away. He's going to skate it out of the zone. He's through neutral. Got a 2-on-1 coming. He's got Drexel with him. Shot taken. Rebound. It comes out to an Oakmoor player in the zone. Oakmoor turns. They're going to skate through neutral. into the Rampage zone with it. Hold up on the far wall. They turn and fire across to the near side. Shot taken. Whittingham gets a boot in the way of that one. Gets stuck up at the point momentarily, and now Espirito's going to feed it up just behind Whittingham. Comes to an Oakmoor player. They turn around in their own zone with it. Back up to Espirito, who turns and flips it way up in the air. Puck ends up in the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor has it. 35 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Rampage. Oakmoor feeds it across to the far side. They're through neutral into the Rampage zone. Oakmoor takes the far wall. They hold up on the far side. Up to the point. Skate the blue line. Shot taken. Body's in the way. Doesn't make it through. Bisley's going to pick it up. He feeds it up to Sarver. Sarver takes the red line. He skates it into the Oakmoor zone. Makes a quick move. Tries to send a pass. Goes off of a skate. Wheeler recollects in the neutral zone. Takes the red line. He's going to chip it into the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor goaltender holds up for his player. Oakmoor sends it up the near side wall and back down again. Foster and King in there applying some pressure. Puck comes back into the Rampage zone. Wheeler's going to get there. Wheeler sends it around the wall to the far side. Wilton picks it up in his own zone, turns, skates. He's through neutral into the Oakmoor zone. Takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. They're going to hang on. 11:33 left in the first. Rampage obviously back at full strength now. On the ice, we've got King, Foster, Wilton, Merrill, and Wheeler. Rampage win the draw. King takes a quick shot. Goalie gets a piece of it. It goes up into the netting. Get another face-off in the Oakmoor zone. Rampage win the draw. Comes up to the point to Wheeler. Wheeler feeds it down the wall. Foster feeds it down the wall. Wilton's down low with it. He's behind the net. Skates to the near side. Feeds it off the wall up to Merrill. It bounces off of his stick. Comes out of the zone. Wheeler has to pull up and turn. Everybody tags up. He skates it into the zone. Dumps it down low. Wheeler chases it himself. Puck down low. Looks like King's going to get there. And he reverses direction for Foster behind the net. Foster skates it up to the near side. Skates out to center. Lots of chaos out front. King turns and fires. Goes off a body. Comes up to the blue line to Merrill. Merrill feeds it down the wall. Wilton gets there to the far corner. Tied up on the far wall. And Oakmoor picks it up. They're skating out of the zone. We got a little bit of a 2-on-1 coming on. Oakmoor into the zone. Shot taken, goes up and over the net. Comes to the far wall. And Foster's going to skate out of the zone with it. He's into the Oakmoor zone now. Feeds it towards the goaltender. Goalie turns it aside into the near side corner. Battle for the puck down low. We've got Foster and Wilton in there. A couple of Oakmoor players. And it's just on the edge of where I can't see. Okay, it looks like Oakmoor has it behind their own net. They turn with it. They're going to skate to the far side. Comes up and out of the zone. Oakmoor's going to pick it up, sends it across to the near side, deflects off a stick into the Rampage zone. Bisley trying to do battle down low back behind the Rampage net now. A couple of Oakmoor players in there. Puck ends up in the far corner. Bisley feeds it up to Roberts. Roberts turns and skates with it. He takes the red line. He's into the Oakmoor zone, tries to drop it for Rahojan. Puck gets tipped, and now Oakmoor coming back the other way. They've got a breakaway coming back in the Rampage zone. Shot taken. Zach Stahl's got it in his glove. He's going to hang on. 9:36 left in the first. Face-off in the Rampage zone.
Here goes Stahlzy.
Yeah, we need more of that. It's like a library in here. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Drexel, Merrill, and Huff. Rampage win the draw. And Merrill doing battle, sends it up the near side wall. Oakmoor holds it, sends it back down the wall, ends up in the far corner. Tied up on the wall. Puck bouncing, so nobody's puck yet. And now that actually was a hand pass, but play continues. Merrill picks it up. Puck still in the Rampage zone. Drexel turns, he's going to skate with it, sends it up towards Whitted, bounces off a stick. Oakmoor's got it back. Oakmoor back in their own zone. They feed it up to center, deflect off a stick, and into the Rampage zone. Huff gets there behind his net. Puck bounces out now. Who's got it? Huff sends it up and out. Whittingham picks it up. He's skating through. He's into the Oakmoor zone. Whittingham takes a shot. Defenseman deflects it into the corner. Whittingham skates to the far wall. Puck comes over to Wheeler on the near side. He skates down low into the corner with it. Puck tied up down low. Looks a little back and forth, and nobody's quite got the puck yet. Drexel's there doing battle. He's going to take the puck away. Has to skate back for it. Drexel turns in neutral ice, takes the red line. He's going to chip it in and go for a change. Oakmoor skates back into their own zone to pick it up behind their net. They feed it up to the near side wall. Centering pass, and now Rampage have it back. Espirito sends it up just behind Sarver, and Sarver with a quick takeaway. He's going to send it into the far corner. Sarver comes down behind the net. Drops it. Puck's on the near side wall. Goes across to the far side. Oakmoor's going to pick it up. Oakmoor turns, feeds it through neutral ice. They're going to skate into the Rampage zone with it, take the far wall. Got a poke check, goes to the far side. Sarver sends it up the wall to Foster. Foster to Wilton. Wilton skates it into the zone, holds up on the far side wall, tries to send it across to Espirito, goes off of a stick and ends up in the netting and out of play. 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first. Face-off will be just outside the Oakmoor zone. We've got Roberts, Rahosian, McManus, Merrill, and Bisley. Oakmoor wins the draw back into their own zone. They're going to skate up the near side wall through neutral into the Rampage zone with it. Quick feed up and off the boards. It's going to come back into the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor sends it out to neutral. McManus has to wait up because everybody's offside. And we had a blown tire, so players were unable to get back onside. Face-off just outside the Oakmoor zone. 7:08 left in the first. Rahosian, McManus, Roberts, Merrill, Bisley. Rampage win the draw. Comes back to Bisley. He's going to take the red line and dump it. Puck rims around to the near side. McManus in there trying to pinch in. Puck comes, and Merrill's going to just shoot it down. It ends up in the far side corner. Roberts is in there. He dumps it down low. Rahosian gets in there. He's got a couple players on him. Puck comes up but doesn't come out. Merrill holds it at the blue line, tries to make a move, and now Oakmoor with the poke check. They're going to skate back the other direction. Into the Rampage zone with it. They're going to feed it down low. Bisley feeds it around the boards to the near side. Rahosian turns, sends it out towards McManus, but I think it was behind him. Didn't connect. It comes out to neutral ice. Oakmoor back into the Rampage zone, feeds it across to the near side. Shot taken. Zach Stahl with the save. He's just going to eat that one and hang on. 6:17 left in period number 1. Face-off in the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Whittingham, Drexel, Whitted, Huff, and Wheeler. Rampage come up with it. Drexel feeds it out of the zone, off the boards. He's going to chase it, take it into the zone himself. Shot taken, and Carter Drexel, he's going to score the first goal of the game for the Rampage with 6:09 left in the first. Drexel makes a move off the boards to himself, skates it into the zone, and unassisted, he will put the first goal of the game in.
24, 25, right?
Yep. Rampage up 1-0. Same crew out as before. Oakmoor wins the draw. Whitted's going to poke it back into the... We're going to skate through neutral and then feed it into the Rampage zone near side. Bisley turns, fires it up. Foster sends it across to the far side, goes off of a linesman's leg, and Oakmoor's offside, coming back into the Rampage zone with it. With 2:02 left in period number 1. We'll have a face-off outside the Rampage zone. Scores all tied up 1-1.
We lost the stream for a while. I think it's back.
Okay. Yeah, when that happens, I just keep talking.
It's recording.
Out on the ice, we've got Roberts, Wilton, Rahosian, Wheeler, and Merrill. Rampage win the draw back into their zone. Wheeler skates behind his net. Sends it up the wall to the near side of Rahojan. Rahojan off the wall, goes all the way across the far side, and Oakmoor is going to recollect in their own zone. Fed up the far side, still in the zone for now, and now it's going to come out to neutral. Oakmoor sends it across, a steal by Rahojan. He's going to skate it into the zone. Rahojan takes a shot from up top. Goalie gets a piece, and it's going to end up on the far wall. Roberts recollects at neutral ice. He turns. A little back and forth at center. And now it bounces into the Oakmoor zone. Roberts takes a shot from up high, and the goalie has it in their glove. 1:18 left in the first period. Face-off will be in the Oakmoor zone. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Whittingham, Drexel, Espirito, and Huff.
Wi-Fi died.
And I think we had a hand pass, so we have a stoppage, and the face-off will come outside the Oakmoor zone. Same crew out as before.
Is he that tall?
Oakmoor wins the draw back into their own zone with it. They're going to take it behind their net. Drexel's in there to try to tie things up. He takes it away, feeds it to Whitted, and Drexel to Whitted on a really quick move in the zone, and Rampage go up 2-1. 1:04 left in period number one. I'll give you numbers. I've got 70, 23, 44, 25, and 3.
Thank you. 1 minute left.
Face off at neutral, same crew out as before. Rampage up 2-1. Oakmoor wins the draw, back into their own zone. Into the Rampage zone with it now. Oakmoor feeds it across. Sticks in the way. Puck goes way back behind the Rampage net. Ends up in the far corner. Oakmoor pulls it out of the corner, feeds it out front. Espirito gets a stick on it and keeps it out of danger. Huff sends it up to Drexel. Drexel turns around. He recollects it in neutral. He's skating into the Oakmoor zone. Drexel takes a quick shot. Goes up and over. And Drexel's going to get his own rebound. Feeds it over to Whitted. Whitted takes a shot, goes up and over the net, ends up on the near side wall. Oakmoor feeds it up. Espirito with the steal. Momentarily, Oakmoor's going to take it back. Whittingham gets a stick in the way. He's going to keep it in the zone for a little bit. Whittingham sends it out front to Foster. A nice feed to Armani Foster coming in off the bench, and with 11.9 seconds left in period number one, Rampage go up 3-1.
Players.
Nice. Okay, we've got 13, 44, 18, 3, and 26.
26. Who did it come from?
44 got the assist.
Jack.
Yep. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Wilton, Sarver, Merrill, and Bisley. Oakmoor wins the draw. They take the red line. They're going to dump it in. Just 5 seconds left in the period. Puck's tied up on the far side wall. And time expires on period number one. So your score after one is 3-1 in favor of the Rampage, with a couple of just really good plays. A lot of good battle back and forth, both directions, both sides of the ice. And fortunately, the Rampage have come up with a couple of well-timed one-timers based on that started with some good forechecking and good pressure applied by the player that ended up getting the assist. So good job to the boys so far. Let's hope they can keep it up. Take a quick break in between periods while coach talks to the boys. Hopefully they keep going, try to keep level-headed. Don't get too high, don't get too low, all that good stuff. You want to say something to the fans?
Mesa does. How's the numbers look? In the middle. Never goes to 0. Let me know.
And folks, I got to tell you, if you've been in Big Bear, there's a big, very nice to watch room that's upstairs. It's nice and warm. The problem is it's just so quiet in here. It's like being in a library. I feel like I have to whisper to you. So I'm a lot more excited than what I probably sound like to anybody sitting at home, because I don't want the librarian to yell at me. All right, getting ready to start period number 2 on the ice. We've got Whittingham, Whitted, Drexel, Bisley, Wheeler, and of course, Stahl in net. Yeah, that's one thing. It's
Amanda.
we have quite a few people that watch actually, but yeah, we do. It's because the older they get, the more that they travel where they have family that can't travel to games and stuff, and so we get quite a few people, but it's harder. We don't get the running tally like we used to with, was it Facebook Live we were using, where we could see exactly. He can look it up, but it takes a lot more work. Rampage win the draw back into their own zone. Bisley's going to pick it up. He sends it up and through. Oakmoor has it at neutral. They skate it back into their own zone. Oakmoor up and out to neutral now. They're into the Rampage zone with it. Dropped to the near side circle. Shot. I think Stahl got a piece of it. It ended up in the far side. Puck comes up to neutral. Whittingham wrangles it in, sends it over to Whitted. Whitted takes a shot, and that one's going to parry. So on a quick transition out of their zone, Rampage go up 4-1, 16:33 left in the second. Nice hard-working play. 23, 44, 70.
Was 44 from anyone?
I didn't see because it kind of came out of the zone. I'm not sure.
No problem.
I'm not sure. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Wilton, Foster, Merrill, and Huff. Puck bounces in. Stahl's going to knock it down for Merrill on the far side. Sends it up. Oakmoor with the quick steal. Puck ends up behind the Rampage net. Oakmoor centering pass. Sends it up front. Stahl gets a piece of it. Ends up in the near corner. Comes up to the point. And Oakmoor's going to send it way up. It stays in play. Lost sight of it for a second. Huff sends it up the near side board up to Sarver. Sarver up to Foster. Foster's through neutral. He's into the Oakmoor zone. Drops it, and then Sarver tries to pick it up. A little back and forth. Puck comes out of the zone. Huff sends it across to Merrill. Rampage have to tag up. Merrill across to Sarver. Goes off a stick. Oakmoor's going to turn and fire. Goes off a Huff stick, so no icing. Play will continue. Sends it up the near side boards. Sarver tries to chip it. It gets stuck on him. So he has to wrangle it back in. He turns, sends it up to Foster. I think it goes off a stick and into the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor picks it up right at their red line. They're going to turn in their own zone with it. Off the wall comes up. Esperito's going to take it away. He sends it across to Huff. Huff up to King. King's into the zone. Rampage are offside. Just like half a step. Half a step. Just a little bit. 15:19 left in period number 2. On the ice, we've got Rahojan, McManus, King, Wheeler, and Esperito. Rampage wins the draw. Esperito fires it. It must have deflected up and out of play. We'll get a face-off right where we just were. Tied up on the draw. It's in the pile. Oakmoor sends it up, and then Esperito turns it around. Wheeler's into the zone with it. Makes a move down low into the corner, off the wall. Takes a shot. Goaltender turns it into the near side corner. Rahojan pinching in, keeps the puck in the zone. He's going to see it off the wall with it, then loses it to an Oakmoor player. They send it across to neutral, and a little back and forth at neutral, and now into the Rampage zone, bouncing. Down low, Wheeler's going to send it up the near side wall. Rahojan turns and fires it over to McManus. McManus is into the Oakmoor zone. He takes a shot from up high. Goalie's got it and is going to hang on. So we'll get a face-off in the Oakmoor zone with 14:34 left in the second. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Drexel, Bisley, and Merrill. Oakmoor is going to come up with the draw. Skate it back behind their own net to the far side corner. Pressure applied. Whittingham's going to take the puck away. He feeds it up the wall to Bisley at the point. Bisley feeds it back down low. Whitted goes after it, tries to center it. It comes up to Merrill up top. Merrill Tries to feed it through, goes off a boot and bounces back out wide. Oakmoor coming back with speed in the Rampage zone. Shot taken, stall with it in his glove. He's going to hang on. 14:07 left in the second. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone.
I think it's some excitement going there.
On the other side? Yeah.
Keep it down a little
I know. Where's the librarian when you need him?
44?
Yes, it was. Oakmoor wins the draw. They're going to fire it down the wall. Tied up on the far side. Oakmoor comes up with it. They're working that far side wall. They send it up to the point, hold it in the zone. Down low. Try to feed it out front. Puck does come out front, gets deflected into the far corner. Oakmoor still with it. They feed it across to the near side point. And across again, goes off of a skate, comes up, and now Drexel's going to pick it up. He skates out of the zone with it, flips it into the Oakmoor zone. Whitted gets there, fires, goaltender makes a save, puck ends up back behind the net. Oakmoor's going to send it up and doesn't connect. That should be icing, and is. So with 13:22 left in the second, we'll get a face-off back in the Oakmoor zone.
Working that stretch pass, 13-12.
Yeah. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Wilton, Foster, Merrill, and Wheeler.
Color.
Rampage win the draw up to Wheeler at the point. Fed back down the wall to Sarver. Sarver over to Merrill. Merrill takes a shot, goes off a skate, bounces up, ends up behind the net and on top of the net. Lots of bouncing around. Oakmoor's going to pull it up. They send it up but not out. Merrill holds it at the blue line. Stuck on that far wall. Wilton's in there. Oakmoor sends it up and out of the zone. Wheeler recollects. Rampage have to tag up. Wheeler turns, makes a quick move. He's going to send it into the zone. Oakmoor has it down low. Feeds it. Foster gets a body in the way, keeps it in the zone. He's got it down low behind the Oakmoor net. Foster skates to the near side, skates out to center, turns, takes a shot. Goaltender's got it and is going to cover it up. So with 12:40 left in the second, we'll get a face-off in the Oakmoor zone. On the ice, we've got McManus, Roberts, King, Bisley, and Huff. Rampage win the draw. Roberts sends it down the wall and ends up behind the net. McManus is going in after it in the corner. Oakmoor's going to clear. Bisley recollects and neutralized. Rampage have to tag up. Oakmoor with the takeaway at neutral sends it in, and now Huff has it back, gives it over to McManus. Little chaos, and the puck ends up at the point in the Rampage zone. Shot taken from up high, ends up on the near side wall. It's going to bounce out to center. Shot taken, and Saul's got it.
Stick the glove.
12:08 left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Wheeler, Espirito, Whitted, Whittingham, Drexel. Rampage win the draw. Wheeler skates back behind his net. Far side, tries to send it up to Drexel, just doesn't quite connect. Oakmoor has it back. They're into their own zone with it. Whittingham down low, applying pressure on the forecheck. Oakmoor sends it across to the far side. Quick poke check. Whittingham pulls it out of the air, turns, tries to send it over towards Drexel, goes just behind him. Up the far wall. Oakmoor's going to turn and skate with it. They're into the Rampage zone. Quick move made, shot taken, and that one's going to go in. So on a
70, 44, 70?
yeah, 70, 44, 23, 24, and 3. 11:39 left in the second. Scores 4-2 in favor of your Colorado Rampage. Out on the ice, we've got Johnny Sarver, Nick Wilton, Armani Foster, Ian Merrill, and Kyle Bisley. Rampage win the draw. Merrill's going to send it over to Bisley. Bisley feeds it off the wall to Sarver. He's going to chip it up and into the zone and go after it. Sarver ties it up down low. Puck comes out front. Oakmoor gets there. Unable to clear the zone. They skate it off the wall, send it over to center, And now they're going to change direction to the near side wall. Puck comes up. Oakmoor's now going to skate it up and out of the zone. They're through into the Rampage zone with it. And we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage. Looks like we've got 2 penalties coming to the Rampage. That is very unfortunate. So with 11:07 left, yeah, I think the one came to Biz first, and then there was one after before we gained possession that went to Foster. So we've got Bisley and Foster in the box. So with 11:07 left in the second, Rampage are down 5-on-3 out on the ice for the 3-man defense. We've got Espirito, Whitted, Huff. Oakmoor wins the draw. Take it up to the point. Oakmoor sends it across to the far side. Across to the near side. Shot taken, goes wide of the net. It's going to come up and out of the zone. Oakmoor wrangles it in, gets a little help by the linesman there holding the puck up. A couple of times the linesman's been in the way tonight. Oakmoor takes a near side wall. They're into the Rampage zone with it. Held up on the wall. Oakmoor feeds it through to the far side. They're down low in the corner with it. Back to the near side. Shot taken, Stahl with the save. Secondary shot, Stahl with the save. And now 3 on that one, I believe. Stahl covers up the third. 10:25 left in period number 2 and 1:19 left of 5-on-3 time. And out on the ice to take over the 3-man defense, we've got Wheeler, Drexel, and Merrill. Drexel's taking the face-off. Oakmoor wins the draw to the far side point. Skated in, sends it across to the near side. Feeds it through, ends up at the near side corner. Oakmoor feeds it down low. They're going to make a move in the near corner. Up high, pass in across to the far side. Centering pass comes through, and on the back door,
Who's out there?
we've got Merrill, Drexel, and Wheeler are out there. With 10:05 left, Oakmoor cuts the lead to 1, scores 4-3 in favor of
One player comes out.
the Rampage, and so we will continue to be 1 man down for the next 58 seconds. So Rampage still have 58 seconds penalty kill time. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Server, Wheeler, and Huff. Tied up on the draw. Oakmoor is going to come out with it. They skated in the Rampage zone. Quick move made. Tied up on the near side wall. Server's in there doing battle with a couple of Oakmoor players. Oakmoor skates off the wall with it. They send it across the far side. Shot taken. Stahl with the save. Whittingham fires it up the boards and out. And we have a penalty coming to Oakmoor for a slash. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the next 32 seconds, followed by a minute and 28 seconds of power play time for the Rampage.
Ice cut is in about a minute.
Yep.
Why is it?
Uh,
No, it's not there. It's there. No.
Do they call it on icing? Is that what
Yeah, but
why they're
it's
taking it
here.
back? Yeah. Face will be just outside the Rampage zone. We've got Drexel, Whitted, Wheeler, and Espirito on the ice for the 4-on-4 for the next 32 seconds.
12 to 5 on shots in the second period so far. For them.
Rampage wins the draw back into their own zone. Espirito has to come back for it. He takes a second, sets up behind his net, feeds it over to Wheeler on the far side. Wheeler's going to skate it up and out of the zone. He chips it up to Drexel. Drexel's in the zone with it. Drexel takes a shot. Goalie gets a piece, goes up and over, ends up on the near side. Puck behind the net. Drexel does battle on the far side corner. He skates out, turns. Drexel feeds it through. Oh, I don't know how we missed that. It was a nice pass. Drexel's going to have to recollect at neutral. It was a nice pass. It looked good, but Drexel's back into the zone, makes a move, takes it into the far corner. Drexel feeds it up to point to Wheeler. Wheeler's over to Espirito. Rampage back at 5. So Rampage on the power play for the next little bit. Oakmoor chips it up and out. into the Rampage zone. Espirito has to come back for it. He's got a player on.
Power play.
Espirito feeds it around to Wheeler. Wheeler turns, sends it up to Wilton. Wilton recollects. He's into the zone now. Foster takes it. He takes the far side wall. Centering pass for Whittingham. Just couldn't quite get a stick on it. He's looking at a little bit of open net there. Whittingham feeds it. Takes a weird bounce off the boards, and now he's going to feed it down low to Wilton. Wilton up the near side, feeds it across to Merrill. Merrill takes a shot from up high, goes wide of the net. Foster turns, shoots. I think the goalie got a piece of that one. Puck comes up to Wheeler at the point. Wheeler takes a shot, goes wide of the net, comes up to the point. Wilton's going to hold it on the near side wall, chips it down to Foster in the corner. Foster's centering pass doesn't connect, and Oakmoor is going to send it the distance. It's on net. Play will continue. Merrill has it in his own zone, turns with it, feeds it up. It doesn't connect, and maybe it does connect. I thought that was icing. Play continues. Puck in the far side corner. Whittingham picks it up, makes a move, turns, takes a shot. Goaltender has a save. They're going to cover it up, and we've got a lot of.
That's a goal of $10 million goalie. Just crushing Marnie.
We have exactly 6 seconds left of power play time, 7:45 in the period, and we should be going to an ice cut right now. Looks like everybody's not coming off the bench. I guess, what do I know? Yep, no, everybody's coming off the bench. So we are going to an ice cut. So when we come back, face-off will be in the Oakmoor zone. Rampage still have 6 seconds of power play time. 7:45 left in the second, and the score is currently 4-3 in favor of the Rampage. So I'm going to take a break for the next 10 minutes, go on mute, and we'll see you when we get back. Throw me on mute real quick there too. Start live. And we'll just reconnect. And Perfect. All right, everybody, welcome back. Getting started for the second half of the game. We got 7:45 left in the second, 6 seconds left on the power play. Drexel, Whittingham, Whitted, Wheeler, and Bisley on the ice. Rampage win the draw. Whitted takes a shot, goes off a stick. Puck bouncing out front. It's going to come up to the point to Wheeler. And Oakmoor back at full strength. Oakmoor has it in the zone, feeds it out to neutral. Whitted with the takeaway, feeds it off the wall. Doesn't connect, that goes in. I think that's going to be icing. No, they let play continue. I can't get a feel for things up here with the window. I can't hear what's going on. Puck comes up and out. Oakmoor's with it. They're into the Rampage zone. Held up centering pass, and Wheeler's going to clear it up and not out, and now Whittingham's going to chip it up and out to neutral. Oakmoor recollects. They're back in their own zone with the puck. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler feeds it into the zone. Everybody tags up. Oakmoor has it back in their own zone. They send it up and out. It goes off of a linesman. And how many times have I said that tonight? But still makes it the distance for icing. So with 6:51 left in the second, we're going to face off in the Oakmoor zone. On the ice, we've got Sarver, Wilton, Foster, Huff, and Espirito. Oakmoor wins the draw, sends it around the boards to the far side. They send it up and out and through. It doesn't connect. That should be icing, and we get a whistle. Face-off will be back in the Oakmoor zone with 6:42 left in the second. Same crew out that was just out. Rampage win the draw. Foster sends it up to Espirito at the point. Espirito down to Foster. Foster down low, deflects, goalie gets a piece of it. Comes out front, now it's in the near side corner. Foster doing battle down low. He's got a couple players in there. And I can't see the puck. It's tied up down low. It comes up and out of the zone. Espirito has to recollect. He's back in his own zone with it. Skates behind his net. Sends it up towards Wilton. Chips up to neutral. Foster wrangles it in. Into the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor has it back. They send it up the far side of the wall. Wilton with the steal. Sends it across to Sarver. Sarver takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Puck ends up in the far side wall. Oakmoor with it. They send it up. They're through neutral, and they're going to take the red line and dump it. Huff has to come back into his own zone for it. Stretch pass up to Sarver off of his skate, and then Rahojan wrangles it in. He's down low behind the net. Rahojan goes into the far corner, gets tied up with a couple Oakmoor players. Oakmoor has the puck. They send it up and out. It didn't connect, I didn't think, but play continues. Wheeler with it back behind his net, comes up and out. Oakmoor with it at neutral. McManus is going to send it into the zone. Oakmoor going back for it behind their net. Rahojan applying pressure on the forecheck. McManus gets in there. Sends it out front. Doesn't connect. It's going to come up and out of the zone. Merrill picks it up at neutral ice. Sends it across to the near side to Wheeler. Wheeler sends it back. McManus picks it up at neutral. Skates it into the Oakmoor zone. Centering pass attempt deflects off a stick. Ends up in the near corner. Roberts is in there. Drops it down for McManus. Oakmoor skating behind the net to the other side. Send the pass up, and they dump it into the Rampage zone, and that's going to go for icing. He's pretty close to the red line. Apparently not close enough. 4:49 left in the period. Scores 4-3 in favor of the Rampage. Face off in the Oakmoor zone. On the ice we've got Drexel, Whittingham, Whitted, Wheeler, and Merrill. Rampage win the draw. Whitted takes a quick shot. Goalie makes a save. Oakmoor tries to get there, but Whittingham comes in. He's going to take the puck away. Sends it up the wall to Wheeler. Bounces off a stick. It's going to come way out back into the Rampage zone. Merrill has to get there in a hurry. He tries to send it back to Wheeler. And Oakmoor keeps it in the Rampage zone. Puck battle down low. Looks like Whitted's got it in the near side wall. Sends it across to Wheeler. Wheeler's in the zone with it. Puck down low, and Oakmoor's going to send it around to the near side. They send it up the wall and out. Oakmoor's got a step. We got a 2-on-0. They drop the puck, and then Bisley is there to pick it up. Whitted's got it in the zone, makes a quick move. He's into the Oakmoor zone, sends it across to Whittingham. Whittingham takes a shot, goes off the pipe. I can hear that from up here. Oakmoor comes up and out of the zone with it, and Whittingham turns and fires it back into the Oakmoor zone. There's just all kinds of chaos going on at center ice right now. And goalie makes a move and loses the puck, and Whitted picks it up, and he's going to put it in. And we lost power.
Oh, power's back.
That was a goal before the power went out, just to be clear.
He threw a stick.
What's that?
The goalie threw a stick. It never went in.
It did go in.
Oh, it did go in?
Yeah, it did.
We don't. It's broken. Oh, he broke his stick.
Okay, so a couple of things happened. We might have lost the feed because of the Wi-Fi. We just had the power go out,
we're
but
on
I'm gonna.
cell.
Okay, good to know. But
I don't know who did scored, right?
yeah, Rampage go up 5-3 on a flood. So the goaltender trying to make a move. It looks like he broke his stick, and the puck was sitting there. So Whitted picked it up and poked it in.
Because the lights went out right after the goal.
Right after the goal.
If they had gone in out before the goal,
It wouldn't have counted, yeah. So out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Wilton, Foster, Espirito, and Bisley. And that is a hat trick tonight for Boone Whitted. Rampage win the draw. Sarver's going to feed it up to, it would have been Wilton that took that draw. Comes up to neutral ice to Bisley, held at the red line. Bisley's going to dump it in. Puck back behind the net. Rolls around to the near side. Sarver in on the forecheck.
here's that stretch pass.
And sent up, and Foster knocks it out of the air, pulls it down. Wilton's going to skate it in, and now Oakmoor turns it around, coming the other way, and we have a hooking penalty apparently coming to Oakmoor. So with 3:11 left in the second period, Rampage are going to go on the power play.
It's a crazy game.
It is. It's a little hard to keep up with sometimes. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Espirito, and Wheeler. Rampage win the draw, comes up to Espirito at the point. He sends it across to Wheeler on the far side. Wheeler skates down the wall, chips it up to Espirito, up high. Espirito across to Sarver, wrangles it in off his skate. He's going to feed it down low to Drexel. Drexel to Sarver, up to Espirito, comes out of the zone. Espirito has sent it across to the far side. Rampage tag up. Oakmoor with the steal. They're going to skate it back into the Rampage zone. Drexel's going to knock it down out of the air. He drops it down low for Espirito behind the net. Back to, Drexel.
Jeez, a little crazy.
Drexel over to Espirito.
What's going on?
Having trouble wrangling the puck in right now.
Yeah, a lot of trouble.
Puck on the far side wall. Espirito's going to get back in his own zone. 2:22 left in the period. And just a little over a minute on the power play for the Rampage. Whitted's going to skate it up out of his zone. Through neutral. He's into the Oakmoor zone. Whitted skates to the far side. Centering pass comes up to Espirito up high. He drops it down low. Drexel's got it down low in the corner to Sarver. Tied up on the wall now. Oakmoor's going to take it out of the zone. He's got a 3-on-1 back into the Rampage zone. Drexel gets back on the forecheck. Centering pass. And now Espirito picks it up down low.
35 seconds.
He sends it up to Sarver. It doesn't connect. That's going to be ice. No, he touched it. Okay, so play continues.
30 seconds.
Fair enough. Whittingham and applying pressure on the forecheck. He's going to take the puck away, skates it to the far side.
Referee did a good job jumping there.
Whittingham feeds it over to Rahojan. Rahojan down to Foster. Foster turns, takes a shot. Oakmoor sends it up the boards and out. I think that'll be icing. And is. So we get a whistle. Face-off will be back in the Oakmoor zone with 1:19 left in the period. Just 8 seconds left in the power play for the Rampage boys. On the ice, we've got Wilton, Whittingham, Foster, Rahojan, and Merrill.
44.
We're seeing a lot of different looks tonight based on what we've seen so far this season. So,
Still on the power play, so you have Rahojan.
yep, Rampage win the draw. Rahojan picks it up, gets poked out to neutral. Oakmoor coming back with speed, 2-on-1. Sent pass across, shot goes wide of the net. Comes up the near side wall. Wilton gets tied up with a couple of Oakmoor players, and now
Even.
into the Rampage zone. Oakmoor's back at full strength. They skate to the far side.
Oh, it's a goal.
And apparently that one went in. It looked like Stahl had it. To me, ref is signaling that was a goal. So 53 seconds left of the period, and the score is
He doesn't believe it was a goal. He's like,
5-4.
what's going on? That's not a goal.
I think he had it in his glove, and they're saying it was behind the line when he put it in his glove behind his back.
That's not.
I'm not sure I'm buying it, but
Yeah, he's not.
scores 5-4. Still in favor of the Rampage. Out on the ice, we've got Roberts, McManus, King, Bisley, and Huff. Rampage win the draw. Bisley's going to take the red line and dump it in. Roberts giving chase, takes it to the near side wall. Puck comes up to Huff. He takes a shot, goes wide of the net, ends up at the far side.
That's not.
McManus dumps it back behind the net. And then a quick steal, and then Roberts is going to turn the fire, and Zach Roberts with the goal.
Okay, who's on the ice?
And so 32 seconds left in the period. Rampage go up 6-4. Yep. That one. Out on the ice. So with just 32 seconds left in the period,
And
Rampage
that
go
was,
up again.
Zach Roberts.
It was Zach Roberts, yep. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Whittingham, Drexel, Bisley, and Huff. Rampage win the draw. Whitted's going to turn back into his own zone. Tries to draw,
And
but
that's offsides.
it comes
Offsides to me.
up. And Drexel's going to take it away, turns it back the other way. Whitted's into the zone with it, and Rampage are offside. Just a hair.
Yeah.
Just a hair. But just a hair is too much. 18 seconds left in the period. Face-off will be just outside the Oakmoor zone.
We didn't.
Rampage win the draw back to Huff. He's going to fire it in on net. Goaltender's going to drop it for their defenseman. Oakmoor has it behind their net. Whittingham comes in. Quick takeaway. He pulls it out of the corner. Fights to center. Puck bouncing around up front. Comes up to Bisley, who takes a shot. Goalie makes a save, and time will expire on period number 2. So your score after 2 is 6-4 in favor of the Rampage.
That's crazy.
So, still 17 minutes left of hockey to play.
I don't think Zach thought that went in.
I don't think he did either, and I think
Go
the goalie cam will be a little bit more telling. What it looked like to me was that it bounced over and he grabbed it in his glove behind his back, and I think
They said it was.
they're saying it was behind the line
But they
where
can't
his
see the
glove,
puck.
but
It doesn't matter.
well,
Unless they see the puck.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just thinking I think that's what happened. We're up here debating on whether or not that actually
Yeah, the last goal went in.
was a good goal or not, but as everybody knows, and as I often say, it doesn't matter what we think.
We have 10 goals scored in this
What we
game.
know is what the score is that's up on the scoreboard.
We have a period left to play, and there's been 10 goals scored.
I know this is a really high-scoring game.
We had,
We're not really used to getting into shootouts
We
like
had
this.
31 shots between the two teams in the second period.
Right.
Take credit.
Little,
31 shots.
little bit of fire wagon hockey tonight.
Yeah,
I kind of
is a
like
little
it.
bit
So.
back and forth, kind of.
Out on the ice to start period number 3, we've got Drexel, Whittingham, Whitted, Huff, and Bisley. 17 minutes on the clock, 17 minutes left to play. Rampage currently up by 2.
Hey, by the way, we've won 73% of the face-off so far.
Possession's key.
Rampage win the draw back to Bisley. Bisley up to Drexel, goes past him into the zone. Drexel pinches at the wall, keeps it down low. It's going to go to the far side corner. Oakmoor sends it up the wall, and then Drexel turns around, Whitted down low in the corner with it. Gets tied up in the corner. Drexel pulls it out of the pile. Comes up to Whittingham. Whittingham takes a shot, goes up and over, ends up in the near side. Bisley pinching in. It's going to send it back down low. Puck gets shoved to the far side wall. Comes up to Huff. Huff takes a shot. Goaltender's going to hang on to it. So we'll get a face-off in the Oakmoor zone with 16:27 left in the game. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Foster, Merrill, Wilton, and Wheeler. Oakmoor wins the draw. They're going to skate behind their own net with it. Sends it up and just out. Merrill has to wrangle it in, sends it across the server on the far side, has to wait for everybody to tag up. He's into the Oakmoor zone. Feeds it down low to Wilton. Oakmoor sends it up the wall. Wheeler gets there and chips it back. Oakmoor sends it up, and now they're out of the zone with it. Oakmoor off the wall. They're into the Rampage zone. Quick poke check's going to send it up and out of the zone, and Sarver's going to turn with it. He's into the Oakmoor zone, makes a move, comes to the near side corner. And Oakmoor tagging up. They must have a penalty coming. Looks like we've got a hooking penalty coming against Oakmoor. So with 15:51 left in the game, Rampage are going to be on the power play.
Speak up now, because we're not in the library anymore.
Out on the ice,
Move to the library to the playground.
got Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Espirito, and Wheeler. I don't even know the Dewey Decimal System.
What the heck? Dewey Decimal System? That's a...
Rampage win the draw, comes up to Wheeler at the point. Wheeler over to Espirito on the far side, down to Sarver. Sarver down to Drexel. Drexel back to Sarver. Sarver up to Espirito. Wrangles it in, holds it at the blue line, down to Sarver. Sarver feeds it down low to Drexel. Bouncing, ends up going off the side of the net, and the goalie's going to cover it up, and we get a stoppage. And we got a little bit of craziness going on after the whistle blows.
It's like 16 whistles.
A little pushing and shoving.
He's taking it.
Goalie's a little perturbed at giving up 6 goals so far.
Yeah, he's getting a little fired up, which is
He's fired up down here.
what you want to see in an opposing team goalie is get a little under his skin, you know. So
He's getting his face.
Lost it.
Oakmoor wins the draw. They send it up and out. Whitted has to try to wrangle it in. It's bouncing on him. He feeds it over to Wheeler. Wheeler back to Whitted. Whitted turns, sends it up to Sarver. Sarver's into the zone with it. Skates to the far side wall, drops it for Espirito at the point. Espirito makes a move down the wall, down to Drexel. Drexel turns, sends it across, comes through, doesn't quite connect. So Wheeler has to get there,
For the,
feeds it down the wall. Now Oakmoor coming back. A poke check by Wheeler from the ice. And Wheeler's now going to hold it at the blue line. Tries to feed it down low to Whitted. Whitted over to Drexel.
the goalie saved it. I think.
Drexel takes a quick shot, and the goalie saved it. That was a nice save, but I don't think he knew where it was. It looked like he was looking around. 14:53 left in the game. 1:02 on the power play for the Rampage. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Rahojan, Whittingham, Wilton, and Merrill. Yeah, could have.
Goals does Boone have this game?
3.
Yeah. Doesn't want to get 4. Include his teammates in this game. That was a nice pass.
Puck comes up and out. Merrill's got to recollect back in his own zone. Oakmoor did. Merrill sends it out and across to Whittingham.
49 seconds.
Whittingham turns back behind his net. He's going to skate it up and out. Whittingham's through neutral. He's into the Oakmoor zone. He holds up at the point on the far wall. Whittingham feeds it down low. Foster's there. Foster turns to the far corner. Sends it up to Merrill at the point. Merrill skates the blue line, takes a shot. Caught on bodies, doesn't quite make it through. And gets cleared out of the zone. Merrill recollects back at neutral ice. Merrill turns, he's back into the zone. Fires, goes off a skate and wide into the near side corner. Wilton sends it up to Whittingham. Whittingham over to Merrill. Merrill down to Rahojan. It goes just out of reach, ends up down low in the corner. Wilton has to get there. Whittingham pitching in. He's going to keep it in the zone, and then Oakmoor is going to turn and send it. Comes up and out, and Oakmoor is back at full strength. Merrill makes a move in his own zone, has to recollect back in the corner. He's got a player on, sends it up the wall towards Foster. Foster drops it for Wilton. Wilton over to Bisley. Bisley takes the red line. He's going to chip it in. Puck in the near side corner. Foster doing battle down low. Oakmoor turns, reverses direction, sends it up the near side wall. Huff pinching in is going to keep it in the zone. Oakmoor now with it. They're going to turn and skate. They send it up and out. Goes off of a stick. That shouldn't be icing because it went off of one of our sticks. And then comes to Oakmoor player on the near side corner. They're going to feed it up to the dot. Shot goes off the side of the net and up into the netting.
Face off in defensive zone.
13:02 left in the game. Faceoff will be in the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Huff, Roberts, McManus, King, and Bisley.
95 to get the face off.
Rampage win the draw. Comes back to McManus is going to come back and wrangle it. Interested up the near side boards. Puck comes up to Roberts. He's out of the zone. He's through neutral. Into the Oakmoor zone. Takes the far side. Takes a shot. Goes up and over. Ends up in the near side wall. Oakmoor with it. They're going to skate it up and out of the zone. Feed it into the Rampage zone. Huff comes back for it. Takes a weird bounce off the boards and comes back to Roberts. And now puck's up and out of the zone. King clears it. It comes to Bisley. Bisley's into the zone. Makes a move. Bisley with a backhand. Goalie with the save.
What's Biz doing up there?
Oakmoor's going to take it in the near side corner. And they clear it up and out. And Bisley comes back in his own zone for it. Clears the zone. Oakmoor sends it off the glass. Roberts pulls it out of the air. Feeds it up but not out. Tied up down low in the corner. Oakmoor with it. Bisley with a quick takeaway. He's going to send it to the near side wall. King sends it off the wall but not out. Oakmoor sends it across to the far side. Oakmoor chips it into neutral. Biz gets a stick in the way, sends it up to the point. Oakmoor is going to dump it low behind the net. Huff gets there. He turns and fires. That'll be icing,
Smart move by Huff.
which will do good to get a fresh set of players out on the ice. 11:42 left in the game. Out on the ice, we've got Winningham, Whitted, Drexel, Wheeler, and Espirito.
Religion.
Check out a book.
Fiction.
Oakmoor wins the draw. They hold it up at the point. Turn against the wall. They feed it down low. Centering pass attempt, shot attempts.
Oh, it went in.
Stahl with the first save, and then the second one is going to go in the net. So with 11:31 left in the game, Oakmoor cuts the lead to 1 again, and we have a score of 6-5. We've got 23, 70, 44, 24, and 3.
70, 44, 24 and 3.
Yep.
It's one of those games. It's a lot of scoring.
Tied up on the draw. Oakmoor's going to come up with it. They send it back into their own zone. Change direction to the near side wall. Back into their own zone again. Send it across to the far side. Oakmoor sends it up to neutral. Chips off a stick and into the Rampage zone. Espirito has to come back for it. It's tied up down low in the corner. And Wheeler's going to pick it up. He sends it up to the point. Oakmoor turns it around. Puck goes to the far wall. Espirito gets there. Feeds it up to Whitted. Whitted turns, feeds it out to Drexel. Drexel's through neutral. He's into the Oakmoor zone. He sends it off the wall down low. Whittingham's there. Whittingham skates out to center to the far side circle. Backhands it in. Deflects up in the air, and Oakmoor's going to pull it out and send it down. Oakmoor feeds it up on the far side wall. They're up and out of the zone. Merrill takeaway, turns and sends it. Down low, Merrill with the steal is going to send it up to Sarver. Sarver takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Puck ends up on the far wall. Wilton tries to tie it up. And now Oakmoor pokes it out. They're through neutral. They're into the Rampage zone. Take a shot. Deflects off of a stick and up into the netting and out of play. So with 10:18 left in the game, we'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Sarver, Wilton, Bisley, and Merrill. Oakmoor wins the draw. They take it up to the point, center it, shot taken. Stahl gets a stick on it, sends it up. It's back behind the net.
That was tough.
Merrill sends it up the near side wall. Oakmoor's going to skate off the wall with it. Centering pass. Bisley gets in the way of that one. It's going to come out of the zone. Foster picks it up, sends it across to Sarver. Sarver's into the zone. Sarver with a shot and the goaltender with the save. Sarver's had a couple of good shots tonight, but just hasn't been able to find it quite yet.
Close, very close.
Yeah, a lot of good chances, a lot of good shots. We just need to keep them coming. 9:52 left in the game. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Wilton, Sarver, Espirito, and Huff. Rampage win the draw. Sarver feeds it through. And the puck goes to the far wall, and Oakmoor is going to clear it. Huff sends it around to the near side. Espirito changes direction back to Sarver. Sarver turns. He's going to skate with it. He's into the Oakmoor zone on the far side wall. Feeds it into Wilton. And the goaltender is going to cover it up. So we'll get a face-off in the Oakmoor zone with 9:34 left in the game. A couple of first skaters out on the ice. We've got McManus, Roberts, and Rohosian to join Espirito and Huff. Tied up on the draw. Oakmoor's going to skate out of the pile with it. They send it behind their net, and Rampage there, Rohosian with a quick shot, and that one goes in.
Holy crap.
That's one of those things with
Who's on the ice?
sitting up here, it's hard to tell. Okay, on the ice,
25.
it's
25, 3,
19.
15, or 95.
95.
No, there's no 15. It's 95 and 92. I'm sorry, 95 and 82.
And 19.
Good grief.
Yes.
82.
So,
got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Got him?
Even strength.
All right, Rampage go up 7-5 on a goal to, well, and that makes sense because that's where, yep. To Eugene. Rampage win the draw. Rohosian's going to skate it to the near side, send it across to the far side. Espirito has to wrangle it in. Drops down low. Centering pass, and now it's going to deflect into the near side corner. Oakmoor feeds it down and back out to the corner. Centering pass again.
Didn't make it serve.
And then Espirito sends it up the wall to Rohosian, over to Roberts. Roberts is going to take the far side. He's going to dump it in and go for a change. Dumps it in on net. Tied up, Rohosian pulls it off the wall. Centering pass attempt, and now Oakmoor's coming back with speed. Wheeler gets back. Shot taken goes wide of the net. Secondary shot Stahl gets a piece of, and I think the net comes off. 8:38.
Wheeler's the hero on that one.
Yep.
Wheeler came back.
8:38 left in the game. Rampage are up 7-5. We're going to have a face-off in the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Drexel, Wheeler, and Merrill.
This is the 53rd face-off.
Oakmoor wins the draw. Shot gets deflected up and over the net. Whitted's going to send it up. It comes out of the zone. Oakmoor has to wait and tag up. Drexel gets in there. He's going to take the puck away. He's into the Oakmoor zone. They looked offsides to me, but they let it continue. Merrill wrangles it in. Takes a shot, and Ian Merrill from the dot.
He was on the ice.
Ian Merrill with 8:18 left in the game is going to take the Rampage to 8. Out on the ice.
I got 13, 23. 8, yep. Who am I missing?
24 and 70.
I got 70.
All right, out on the ice, we've got
Yep. I don't think it's 23. It's 13. No, 23 is Drexel.
Sarver, Foster,
So it's 13.
Wilton,
But Drexel.
Merrill, and Wheeler.
And that was number 8.
This is a barrage of goals.
Yeah, it's fire wagon hockey tonight. Oakmoor sends it in, doesn't connect, and I guess it did. Nope, we get a whistle. We'll have icing. Face-off will be down in the Oakmoor zone with 7 minutes and 59 seconds left in the game.
For the folks at home, this is the 55th face-off. 55th. Yeah, that's kind of normal. We've gotten up like 70s.
Out on the ice, we've got
More face-offs
Foster,
than you think.
Wilton, Sarver, Bisley, and Huff.
And
It's a pile in the face-off.
they win
Oakmoor
it.
gets there first. And Wilton's going to pinch in, keep it in the zone. Puck stuck on that far side wall. Foster skates off the wall with it, sends it over to Bisley at the point. Bisley takes a shot. Goalie has a save and is going to cover it up. So we'll get another face-off in the Oakmoor zone. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Rampage currently up 8-5.
3 goals and 9 shots in the third. Yeah.
Out on the ice, we've got
No,
King,
no, 2
Roberts,
goals and 9 shots.
Rohosian, Bisley, and Huff. Oakmoor wins the draw. They send it up the wall. Bisley pinching in is going to skate it. Feeds it through, gives it to the far side corner. comes up and out. I don't know. Oakmoor skates into the far side corner. They're going to skate up the far side wall. Rahojan with the steal. He's going to make a move. He gets hooked, but no call. Play continues. Oakmoor is going to send it to the near side. I think you're right. Oakmoor skates to the center. They're into the Rampage zone. Goes across to the far side. Shot comes through. And then King sends it off the boards up towards Roberts. Comes up. Oakmoor recollects, and we must have a penalty coming now.
Trip here in the back.
So,
Skated by Huff and
with 7 minutes left in the game, Rampage are going to go back on the power play. Out on the ice, we've got Rahojan, Foster, Whittingham, Wilton, and Merrill.
And it's a crazy game.
Yeah. Rampage win the draw. Send it up to Merrill at the point. Merrill over to Rahojan. Rahojan takes a shot, goes off of skates. He's going to recollect it, sends it across to Merrill. Merrill sends it down to Whittingham.
Now they're trying to get
Back up to Merrill. Over to
the
Whittingham. Whittingham takes a shot. Doesn't quite make it through. Gets stuck down low. Whittingham recollects, and we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage.
Yeah, Z-Rock got hit in the neck.
Yeah.
But they called him on a slash, I think.
It's Wilton, I think.
Or no.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
Wilton. Wilton got hit in the neck. But
yeah, so, well, so much for the power play. We'll have a minute and 38 seconds of 4-on-4 time now. Face-off will be back down in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice for this 4-man attack, we've got Whittingham, Merrill, Wheeler, and Rahojan. 6:37 left in the game. We've got a minute and 38 of 4-on-4, followed by 22 seconds of Rampage penalty kill. Rampage come up with the draw. Wheeler skates it out. He's going to chip it off the boards. It's into the zone. Oakmoor sends it across to the far side. They reverse direction. They're going to drop it back behind their own net. Oakmoor sends it up. They're out of the zone. They're through neutral, into the Rampage zone now. Shot taken, goes wide of the net, ends up in the near side. Back down low where Wheeler has to pick it up. Wheeler chips it off the boards. It comes up and out, and Oakmoor has to tag up. They wrangle it in. They send it across to the near side. And then back again to the far side where the player can't play it because they were making a change. Whittingham's going to pick it up. He comes crashing in, back behind the net, sends it up the boards to Wheeler. Wheeler takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Oakmoor picks it up behind their net.
we're changing to.
They're going to drop it. Oakmoor takes the near side wall. Comes out. They're through neutral. They're into the Rampage zone. Shot taken. Stahl with a save. It's still loose out front now. Still comes out. Drexel makes a move. He's out of the zone with it. He's into the Oakmoor zone. Drexel takes a shot. And then Whitted takes a shot, and Whitted on the rebound is going to put that one in. 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the game. Rampage are going to go up 9-5.
Who's on the ice?
24, 70, 23, and 3. And it was even strength 4-on-4. So we'll still have another 24 seconds left of 4-on-4 time, followed by 22 seconds of Rampage penalty kill.
Is that 70 from off the shot, or is that unassisted?
It was on the rebound. I think that's unassisted. I think is the way that works.
I think it is.
Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Foster, Huff, and Espirito.
We won it with,
Puck comes back in the Rampage zone. Espirito sends it across to the far side. Off of Foster, it's going to go into the zone. Foster gives chase. Foster tries to tie it up down low, sends it around to the near side. Sarver reverses direction, and Oakmoor is going to pick it up. They skate to the outside wall. They're out of the zone. They're chipped up into the Rampage zone with it, down low in the corner.
They're on the power play for 20 seconds.
Yep, and Rampage are on the penalty kill for the next 20 seconds. Sarver clears the zone with it. Oakmoor, misses the pass, and then we almost had a breakaway opportunity.
So close. Great job.
Back into the zone. Espirito's going to pick it up in his own zone.
He scored 4 goals.
A little back and forth on the near side wall. Foster gets in there, turns. He's going to fire. That'll go the distance. That should be icing, and is indeed. So with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game, we'll have a face-off back in the Rampage zone. Rampage currently up 9-5.
I missed one of those goals. I got him in the first period
Well,
with 1 minute left.
I could be wrong. I thought he had 3 already. Maybe that was 3.
Yeah, he definitely has 3 now. Everyone else has 1. And that was we won it.
We won. It was McManus that took the draw.
Perfect. 95.
Shot doesn't make it through. Comes out front. Rahojian puts it in the corner. Now it's going to get held up. Oakmoor's got it on the wall. Skate off the wall with it. Send it across to the far side. Shot taken. Stall with a save. It's going to go up into the netting. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game.
Good job controlling the rebound.
Rampage back at full strength now. Out on the ice, we've got Wheeler, McManus, Roberts, Bisley, and Rahojian. Rampage are currently working 9 to 5, just like Dolly Parton likes it. What a way to make a living. Shot comes in, and then Rampage are going to clear it out to neutral ice. Oakmoor sends it across to the near side and back again. Gets chipped up in the air. Roberts is going to take the red line. He chips it into the Oakmoor zone. Oakmoor picks it up back behind their net. Sends it to the far side wall. Pass comes up and out. Oakmoor makes a move, drops it. Centering pass, shot, Stall with the save. He's going to hang on. We'll get another face-off in the Rampage zone. 3:39 left in the game. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Whitted, Drexel, Espirito, and Merrill.
He dropped a little bit more. He's 66% of our face-offs. That's pretty darn good.
Rampage win the draw back into the corner. Espirito's going to skate it behind his own net. He drops it. Whittingham's got it. Coming back the other way up to Drexel. Drexel off the boards. Comes out of the zone. That was out. They do get a whistle.
It's the 60-second face-off.
3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the game. Face-off will be just outside the Rampage zone. Rampage need to play really disciplined now for the next 3.5 minutes and close this game out strong. Gets poked up, and Oakmoor has it at neutral ice. A quick takeaway by Drexel. He's back in the zone with it. Carter Drexel takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. He's going to hang on. We'll get a face-off in the Oakmoor zone with 3 minutes and 18 in the game.
Shots for this period. Even shots the whole game, basically. It's 39 to 39 for the game so far.
Out on the ice, Espirito, Merrill, Whittingham, Whitted, Drexel. Rampage wins the draw. Whitted picks it up. He skates it down low, drops it up the wall for Whittingham. Whittingham feeds it back down low to Whitted. Whitted centering pass comes all the way up to the blue line. Espirito holds onto it, makes a move to the far side wall, comes out to center, feeds it across just out of the reach of Whittingham. He has to wrangle it in on the near side wall. The puck gets poked up and out. Whittingham comes back for it, turns around, feeds it up. Whitted tries to fire up the wall, a little back and forth at center ice now. Drexel's going to turn and send it into the zone and go for a change. Oakmoor recollects behind their own net. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game.
I was looking at the wrong thing. It looks like 4-5 to 4. It looks like.
Huff comes back for it, down low in his own zone, sends it up off the wall, takes a weird bounce, comes out to neutral, and then Oakmoor's going to send it into the Rampage zone. Merrill has to collect. Merrill turns, sends it up. Oakmoor with the takeaway. Quick move and loses the handle. It goes wide, comes behind the net. Up to Wilton. Wilton skates it out, chips it off the wall to Sarver. Sarver's offside. 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Come on, Tony. He's going to get one.
He wants it. He wants it. He's hunting.
He's skating well.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. Face off outside the Oakmoor zone. We've got Foster, Wilton, Sarver, Bisley, and Huff. Down low, and Sarver's in there. Puck goes across to the far side corner. Oakmoor sends it up and out. That's going to go the distance and should have enough for icing. And it does indeed. So with 1:56 left in the game, we're going to get a face-off in the Oakmoor zone.
I suspect at this point we might win this game.
Come on.
No.
Have we learned nothing?
We've learned nothing. I'm just saying, at this point, the 4 goals is... And we lost.
Oakmoor wins the draw back into the corner. Wilton's in there to keep it tied up down low.
That's even a goalie dad saying that. I know, it's crazy.
Puck comes around to the near side, out of the zone, back to server. Server turns and fires, and Rampage are offside. Wilton had not cleared the zone yet. 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the game. Faceoff will be outside the Oakmoor zone.
T-Birds, yeah.
On the ice, we've got King, Roberts, McManus, Espirito, and Merrill.
Just, do you have like an E sign there? Like doggy sign?
Yeah, I think we can probably figure that
Oakmoor
out.
sends the puck back into their own zone across to the far side. They're up and out to neutral. Comes through, and the puck deflects on net. Stahl sends it into the corner. Comes up to King. King kicks it off the wall. Comes back to him. He's
Nice
going to skate it
pass.
out, sends it across to Roberts. Roberts is into the zone with it. Takes a shot from up high. Goalie makes a save, ends up in the corner. Roberts chips it down low. McManus picks it up, sends it up the wall to Merrill at the point. Merrill feeds it off the wall to the far side. Roberts goes in, digs it out. He's down low, gets tied up with a couple of players. He's got King in there to help, and I can't see the puck anymore. Roberts comes out with it, takes a shot. Goalie makes a save.
That's
It's going to hang on. 56 seconds left in the game. Face-off being the Oakmoor
shots
zone.
are again 41 to 41.
Out on
We
the
had
ice,
one more
we've
than
got
them in the first period. They had one more
Drexel,
left in the second.
Whittingham,
It's 15,
Whitted,
15 on the
Bisley,
second.
and Wheeler.
That's Whittingham taking the offensive zone face-off.
Rampage wins the draw up to Bisley at the point. Bisley drops it for Whitted. Whitted takes a shot, goes off a stick, and ends up in the far corner. Puck comes up the wall. Whitted takes it off the wall. Puck down low behind the net.
Okay, I think we're gonna
Gets chipped up the far side wall. You gotta stop saying that. Drexel sends it up. It gets chipped up and out. Wheeler
good job.
wrangles it
Great
back
job
in.
by Wheeler.
Wheeler's gonna turn. He skates with it
feeling
out
it.
to neutral. Makes a move. He's into the zone. Wheeler takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Comes up to Drexel. Drexel takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. Puck is down low. Comes out to neutral. Whitted wrangles it in. He turns, fires. Goalie makes a save. Whittingham takes a shot, gets deflected wide of the net. Whittingham centering.
12
Drexel
seconds.
turns, tries to shoot. Drexel turns up to the point, takes a shot up high, goes off of a shin pad and comes out to the point.
I think
Wheeler
the goalie
makes a
got a
move on
stick
the
on it,
far
actually.
wall, pokes it down low, and time expires on the game. So your score after 3 is working 9 to 5.
1 and 10.
What a
1 and 10 so far.
what a way to make a living. I'm kind of glad that it ended up 9 to 5 though, because I can stick with the theme
No song.
with the Dolly Parton. That's right.
9 to 5,
And
9 to
Rampage pulled home the fairly rare W this season. So good game, a lot of fire wagon hockey. We like seeing lots of goals by the Rampage boys. I mean, I don't know what our highest scoring game has been so
This is
far
it?
this season. Well, I mean, obviously before this game is what I mean. I don't know. Have we had one where we had 6? I don't believe we've had. I don't believe I've seen 7 before, but nonetheless, good, hard-fought effort. Lots of good, fast hockey on both sides, and Rampage pulled home the W. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Mountain Time.